Welcome to the world's busiest airport, where we will be headed to Amsterdam in Delta 1. I'm headed to gate E11 to board one of Delta's A330-300s for this 8.5-hour flight covering 4,400 nautical miles. Join me today as I review this flight and see how Delta can stack up against other airlines' business class products. Let's take a look at Delta's A330-300 cabin configuration before we board. The Delta 1 cabin is laid out in a 1-2-1 configuration with reverse herringbone seats. These are 9 rows, making the total of seats come out to 36. Delta's A330-300 has a total of 282 seats. I head to my seat 7A. I am so excited for this flight. Once I got to my seat, I was met with an amenity kit, a pillow, and slippers. We'll open the amenity kit in a little bit. To my left, there was a water bottle, Delta 1 headphones, and an adjustable reading light. There are also 3 plugs, a headphone jack, a universal outlet, and a USB Type-A outlet. The tray table slides out from your left and is a pretty decent size. Now it's time to check out the amenity kit. It comes with a toothbrush, pen, lip balm, eye mask, and ear plugs. Seat controls are right in front of you and they include lumbar support. There is also a remote for the IFE screen. Speaking of that, the IFE screen is folded out by the press of the button. The in-flight entertainment selection is pretty good, but not as big as the selection on the newer aircraft in the fleet. Finishing up the seat tour, there is a small compartment near the floor, and up above, there are individual air vents and lights. Here's a little peek at the cockpit before we get going. Here goes our pushback, just a couple minutes late. We taxi out to Atlanta's longest runway, runway 27 right for departure. After takeoff, I settled in and decided to watch Top Gun Maverick. It is cool that Delta has this movie on board. As we climbed, the crew came out and offered mixed nuts as well as a drink. As we approached our cruise altitude, the meal service began. It started with a soup, bread, and a salad. Quickly after, the main meal was brought out. Delta allows you to pick your meal 24 hours in advance. I chose the pasta dish for my main meal. After my main meal, dessert was offered. I picked the Delta Classic Ice Cream Sundae. I have to point out how nice the flight attendants were. Overall, a great meal service. I tracked our flight using the corner map feature, which I had not seen before on Delta. It's great to be able to watch a movie and track your flight at the same time. Breakfast was served on this flight about an hour and a half before landing. It consisted of yogurt, fruit, and a bagel. As we start our descent into Amsterdam, I will give my concluding remarks about this flight. I'm happy to say that this flight was outstanding, very good all around. The cabin crew were very nice, always walking up and down the aisles to see if you needed anything. The food was great. 2 meals on a flight is always awesome. The seat was very comfortable, although technically outdated to the new Delta One Suites product found on the A330neo and the A350. The seat is still very comfortable and a great product for Delta. I flew back with the Delta One Suites, so keep an eye out for that trip report. Now it's time to land. This was quite the interesting arrival, so you'll definitely want to watch and take a listen.
We have taken the airplane around again, set up for another approach into the Amsterdam 18 right. Right now we're just in our vector back around. We should be on the ground shortly. I do appreciate your patience.
with your seatbelt fastened and carry an item stowed until the captain has turned off the fasten seatbelt sign. Be careful when opening overhead bins to avoid injury from items that might have shifted during flight, and please ensure that you have all your personal belongings before deplaning. You may use the Fly Delta app for important baggage and connection information. Our goal is to continually improve your travel experience. You may receive an email asking you to share your feedback.